We'd like to I'm hot. We'd like to welcome you to our Olympians program. But before we start, I have a very quick announcement. So just stand there, guys, looking pretty. You're doing a very good job. My announcement is this. If you are an M&M and you signed up to go to the Whitecaps game on Wednesday, do not forget. I know, it's a long way before Wednesday. You're supposed to be here at the church at 9 a.m., not p.m. You will miss the game if you show up at 9 at night on Wednesday. You'll also miss church and everything else. Is that right, Brian? Okay. So welcome. We got a fun night planned, and we're going to start out with some songs, and you guys are more than welcome to sing along with us, because some of these you're going to know. But we're going to start with our theme song, and boys and girls, don't forget to do the motions. It's not embarrassing. It's super cool. All right, here we go. on this one. Okay. So I'm going to invite you guys to stand with us. This is one of our... What? There's a flag right there on the screen. Who was supposed to put the flags out? That might have been my job. I hope you forgive me. Well, I hope there's 50 stars there and 13 stripes. I'm going to invite you to say the Pledge of Allegiance with us, because this is one of our usual rituals for our night Olympians. So, boys and girls, right hand over your heart. Here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We also are going to say our pledge to the Christian flag. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you don't have to, but we're going to. I pledge allegiance to the Christian flag and to the Savior for whose kingdom it stands, one Savior, crucified, risen, and coming again, with life and liberty to all who believe. And boys and girls, we didn't bring our Bibles up here. How terrible. Usually we put our hand on our Bible. Tonight we'll put our hand on our heart. Okay. Here we go. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart, that I might not sin against God. And last but not least is our Olympian motto, which if we were downstairs, the boys and girls would all turn around backwards because they don't want to look at the screen because they know it by heart. So if you boys and girls want to turn around backwards, you can. But the only problem, it's there too. It doesn't matter which way you go. So here we go. Philippians 3:14. I press on toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus. Philippians 3:14. And I believe that'll do it. So, you can all go sit down, including the boys and girls. Man, can you help me get this set up? I'm going to set that podium right there, and we're just going to lean it against it. Oh. All right, so we're basically just taking you through a night in Olympians right now. We usually start out with songs, and then we'll have a quiz from our lesson from the week before. You love the quiz? And one of our favorite quiz games is Plinko. So I thought, you know what? It'd be really fun if we let the whole church join in a game of Plinko. Adults versus kids. What do you think, guys? All right. Now, however, the adults were not here for our lesson last time. So that wouldn't really be fair to do the quiz from last time's lesson. So what we're going to do is I just picked up some random Bible trivia questions, right? Now, hold on a second. I got to see. Okay, good. So, let's start. You know what? We're going to start with the kids. We're going to start with the kids, and then they can show you what you're supposed to do. Okay? So, kids, here's question number 1. This is going to be tricky. This might be an older kid that has to get this one. Question number 1 is, where did the Pharisees claim Jesus got his power? If you don't know the answer, you shouldn't be raising your hand. But Sam thinks he knows. Where did the Pharisees think Jesus got his power?
Satan.
From, what's the answer? I'm sorry, Sam, it's Beelzebub, which is another word for Satan. Come on up. Come on up. So Sam knows what to do. You get 2 chances. There are 2 balls. You stick them in the slot up top and let them fall, and you got to stand to the side so everybody can see. There you go. And there are point values at the bottom, so wherever your ball drops is the points that you get. 2,000 points. And 2,000 points, that's a total of 4,000 points. Way to go, Sam. All right. Oh, man, I'm going to have to do math on the fly. This is going to be rough. All right. For the adults, question number 2, Aaron. Question number 2, at what age did Jesus begin his earthly ministry? Rose. I'll accept that answer. I have the answer of 30. But how can we be sure? We weren't there. Oh, I got to trust the Bible. I'm sorry. It's that whole faith thing. Oh, man. See, that's what happens when they both go in the same hole. You got to know the trick. There's one, and there's the other. 3,000 and 5,000. That's a total of 8,000 points. The adults have doubled the kids' score. Oh, boy. All right, I don't think that was fair, do you? Clearly cheated. What? That doesn't... Okay. All right, kids. Remember, it's just a game. Kids, question number 3. How many thieves were crucified with Christ? Wow, that's a really high hand there, Rosie. This is question number 3. Oh, 2 thieves. And the answer is 2 thieves. Come on up, Rosie. What do we got? We got 5,000 and 2,000 for a total of 7,000. Nicely done. Adults, this one's so easy. So easy. Your hands are going to shoot right up. I got to keep my eyes open. All right. The 4 biblical accounts of Jesus' life are called what? Yeah, don't be shy. Don't be shy, Gerald. They are called the Gospels. Gerald, you got to come up. That's what happens when you answer the question. See? I don't know what to tell you. That's what happens when you participate. Don't trip on that ramp. Please, thank you. All you have to do is come up here and just drop the balls in the top and see where they land. I hope you get 5,000. I'll tell you what he gets. He got 2,000. And 3,000. That's 5,000 points for Gerald. All right, question number 5. What question are we on? Question number 5. Oh, Robbie, here. Put that on. All right, question number 5. How many of the healed 10 lepers returned to thank Jesus? I think it might have been Ron. 1 out of 10? That seems pretty slim. What do you think? You sure you're good with that answer? Yeah, all right, let's see. The answer is 1. Good job, Ron. We have 3,000 and 5,000. That's 8,000 points. All right. Adults. Question number 6. Who tried to kill Jesus soon after he was born? Who tried to kill Jesus soon after he was born. I know you got to come up, but it's fun, I promise. It's Glenna. That is, sorry. The answer is yes, Herod. That is correct. Come on up. Does anyone know what the score is? Usually they do. Usually they know and they're keeping track in their heads. Okay, that was 2,000 points. And 3,000. That's 5,000 points. Kids, it's your turn again. Huh? Yeah, you're not tied. Yeah. All right. Kids, who thought, are you listening? Are you listening? How are you going to know the answer if you're not listening? All right. Who thought Jesus was a gardener when she saw him after he had risen? Oh, man. Who was it? Who was first? I'm going to go with Rebecca. What? No, the answer wasn't Rebecca. I'm calling on Rebecca. What'd you say? The answer is Mary Magdalene. Come on up, Rebecca. Oh, by the way, Rebecca, this is the last kid's question. No pressure. No pressure. It is. We're only doing 8. No pressure. Just saying. 5,000 and 1,000. That's 6,000. Okay. All right. Adults, question number 8. Final question. Which disciple held a feast for Jesus and invited tax collectors and sinners? Mary. Matthew. The answer is Matthew. Do you want to come up and do this? Bill's coming up to do it. Bill's not coming up. Mary's coming up. Tell you what I'll do, though. I'll make it easy on you. Ugh. Watch this. Ugh. You're so welcome. You are special. Should I shake it, guys? We've got 1,000. Uh-oh, she's not off to a good start, guys. And, it's coming for 5,000. 5,000, that's 6,000 points. All right. I got to tally the scores and see. I said 6,000, didn't I? I think so. Oh, boy. 10, 18, 20. Guys. No. If my math is correct, and it always is, the kids have 25,000 points, and the adults have 24,000 points. Way to go, kids. But you know what? It's only fair because we play this all the time, right? Yeah. I know, you guys are really smart. We've been teaching you. So, now it's time to calm down. Shh. We do this. This is the typical night in Olympians. So, I'm going to come over here. I do want to take an opportunity and thank some of the people that help out in Olympians. You saw tonight that Marcia played the piano for us, and she plays for us pretty much every night in Olympians. And usually she doesn't get a chance to see the songs until she's playing them, so we'd like to thank her for that. And we also have Mrs. Norton and Mrs. Berkey that make snacks for us. And they're always very, very fancy, artsy, craftsy kind of snacks. So those are fun. We like to thank them too. And there's people that donate gifts for our treasure chest. We appreciate that. We have Mr. Madsen that comes in and teaches lessons for us. The pastors have come and taught lessons for us. And we really appreciate all that you guys do to help out the Olympians. So, all right. So we did our songs. We did our quiz. The next thing that we do in Olympians is our lessons. So you guys get to partake in an Olympian lesson tonight. Isn't that fun? Boy, by the time we get done, you're really going to be bummed out that you have to stay up here every Sunday night and listen to Pastor Norton. All right, go ahead and flip to the next slide, Aaron. So the theme of tonight's lesson is real change is heart change. What do we call that statement on the board, boys and girls? What is that statement? Ron? That's our sticky statement. So that statement is going to come up over and over again during our lesson. And if it's a sticky statement, you might want to remember it for next week's quiz. All right, but we won't have a quiz next week, so you're off the hook. So, boys and girls, real change is heart change. We're going to learn how to put off the old and put on the new. The old is sin, and the new is right living. And we're going to learn that the key to lasting change in our hearts is the change in the way that we think about sin. Because real change is, say it with me, real change is heart change. Very good, thank you. So we need to learn to put off sin. But before we can put off sin, we need to know, what is sin? Aaron, what is sin? All right, boys and girls, say it with me. Sin is anything we think, say, or do that disobeys God. Yep, sin is anything that we think, say, or do that disobeys God. Is it a good decision to want to put off sin and put on right living? Is that a good decision? It is. It is a good decision. Is it that easy of just, you stop sinning when you decide to stop sinning? Is it that easy? It's not. It's more complicated than that, isn't it? It is. How many of you have tried really hard to do what's right and you still end up doing something wrong? Anybody? If you're not raising your hand right now, you're lying. Okay? And that's a sin. Yeah. Yeah, you're not alone if you try hard. Maybe you've got it figured out. If you do, please share your secret with the rest of us. Yeah, you're not alone. Sometimes it can be frustrating when you try to do the right thing and you end up doing the wrong thing. But guess what? It is possible. Change is possible. But it takes an inside change, not just an outside change. The Bible has something to say about this in the book of Ephesians, and I'm going to invite you to open your Bibles to the book of Ephesians in chapter 4. Ephesians chapter 4. And in Ephesians 4, we can find some wisdom about putting things off and putting things on. And we're going to go to Ephesians 4:22. Oh, Robbie, you're my illustration. You want to come up here? Thank you. Just stand up here next to me and look pretty. Perfect. Thank you. Can everybody see Robbie? Okay. You sure are dirty. Does he always look like that? I kind of figured. That's why I picked him. He's a boy. All right, Ephesians 4, verse 22. And to put off your old self, which belongs to your former manner of life and is corrupt through deceitful desires. So it talks about putting off our former self. So our former self is our past self. And our self, it's the way that we used to act, the way that we used to behave, the things that we used to do. We're supposed to put that off. Those are our sinful actions. Before we came to believe in Jesus and had a personal relationship with Jesus, that was our old self. And sometimes our old self still comes around, doesn't it? Yeah, and we're supposed to put those things off. If we believe in Jesus, boys and girls, if we believe in Jesus, we should act like who? Jesus. If we're followers of Jesus, we should act like Jesus. So we have to put off behavior that's not like Jesus. We have to put off sin. Sin, boys and girls, is like a stinky, dirty shirt. Your stinky, dirty clothes. But you know what? Even after we believe in Jesus as our Savior, do we still sin? Yeah, we do. We still sin. And this verse is reminding us that we still need to keep putting off our sinful behavior. So, you notice Robbie's shirt's really dirty. And it represents sinful, filthy behavior. It represents sin. And what are we supposed to do with sin? What are we supposed to do with that old self? What did Ephesians 4:22 tell us to do? Nice and loud. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to put it off, right? So, Robbie, why don't you take that sin off? Good man. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Whew. Gross. So, that's not the only thing we're supposed to do, though. We're not just supposed to put off our sinful behavior. We're supposed to do something else. And we're gonna skip down to verse 24, Ephesians 4:24, and find out what we're supposed to put on. 24, and to put on the new self, created after the likeness of God in true righteousness and holiness. So what does verse 24 tell us to do? We're supposed to put on what, Alex? Put on the new self. That's right. We're supposed to put on the new self. That's a person who is living righteously, a person who's following Jesus, a person who's living the way that Jesus wants us to live. So, Robbie, why don't you put on the new self? There you go. You can find the head hole. Is it backwards? It's hard, isn't it? So how many of you guys already knew that you're supposed to put off sin and put on right things? Did you already know that? Who knew that already? Yeah, we all knew that, right? We all know that we're supposed to not sin and we're supposed to do what's right. We know that we should do these things. Problem is we don't always know how we're supposed to do it, or we don't always have the willpower to do it. It's really hard to put off sin and put on righteous living. So how are we going to make that kind of change? Because you know what? A lot of times, I put off my old self. I put on the new self. And what happens is all of a sudden, boop, I end up with my old self back on again. I got to take it off. I got to put on my new self. So how are we going to make real, lasting, permanent change? Well, we skipped over a verse. We skipped over verse 22 of Ephesians chapter 4. In Ephesians 4, not 22. We skipped over verse 23. Thank you for bearing with me. Verse 23 says, and be renewed in the spirit of your minds. That's what we need to do in order to have real lasting change, in order to put on our new self. We need to be renewed in the spirit of our minds. That means we need to have a change of heart about our sin that we've been doing. Instead of thinking that sin's no big deal, we need to see our sin, boys and girls, we need to see sin as an offense to God. We need to see sin like a dirty, stinky old shirt that we don't want to wear anymore, right? Because a lot of times we see our sin and we think, it's not that bad. I don't mind wearing it. It smells a little bit, but it could be worse. No, it's pretty bad. All right, so let's pretend that this shirt right here represents the sin of lying. This is lying right here. Now, the Bible tells us that we shouldn't lie, right? Does anyone know that they're not supposed to lie? Who knows they're not supposed to lie? We all know that, right? Can you hold this up for me, Robbie? Hold that right up. That's lying. He's going to hold up the sin of lying for us. We all know that we're not supposed to lie. But boys and girls, do you ever lie sometimes so that you don't get into trouble? You don't want to say your parents are here. I understand. Sometimes we lie so we don't get into trouble. Yeah. Well, when we choose to lie, even though we know it's wrong, what we're really saying is that we think that lying is not as bad as getting in trouble. We think that lying's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a sin. Well, when that's true in our lives, then our thinking about lying is wrong. And we need to change our thinking. So because our thinking is wrong, we don't put off lying. We keep on that old dirty, nasty shirt because our thinking is wrong. When we choose to lie, even though it's wrong, we have not put on the new self. So what if Robbie changed his thinking about lying? What if instead of thinking about it as a way to get out of trouble, he thought about lying as God thinks about lying? So what does God think about lying? If we look at Ephesians 4:25, we can find out. It says, therefore, having put away falsehood. What's another word for falsehood? Anybody know? Rebecca? Another word for falsehood is lying. Let each of you speak truth with his neighbor, for we are all members of one another. So we're supposed to put off lying and put on truth. Oh, look at that. That's a very nice, clean shirt you have there. Truth. We're supposed to put on truth. But that's not all it says. It says why we're not supposed to lie. It says we're not supposed to lie because we're members of one another. We shouldn't lie because lying hurts other people. So maybe it gets us out of trouble, but lying can hurt other people. And other people are created in God's image. So what if Robbie thought about lying as something that hurts other people? What if he thought about the people who were created in God's image and that they're too important to lie to? Would that change his thinking? Would that renew his mind about how he thinks about sin? It sure would. Because real change is heart change. Hey! When we try to stop sinning on our own without changing our heart and renewing our mind, it's really hard. It's too hard. We can't do it. When we try to put off certain sins without changing the way we think about that sin, it's just an outward change. It's just like taking off this shirt. It's just on the outside. We need to have change on the inside. We need to have renewed thinking. That way, when we have another chance to sin again, we're going to remember why we shouldn't sin. And we'll have real inside change. Our heart has to change if we're going to have real change. And remember, real change is heart change. That's my lesson for tonight. Thank you, boys and girls. Yeah, you can take that back. I didn't need a round of applause, but thank you. Oh, that's for you, Robbie. You can go sit down now. Now, if we were in Olympians tonight, we'd go to PT time. And our PT teachers are, all right, let me think about this. We have myself and my wife, Kelly, who are the leaders for the first and second graders, and Micah. They are the challengers. And there are the Farrells, Matt and Jennifer Farrell, who teach the 5th and 6th graders, and they are the champions. And then the 3rd and 4th grade teachers, they're into 2 different groups, are Mrs. Hicks and Mrs. Holmes. Mrs. Holmes, yes. Well, oh, you're together. I'm sorry. Mrs. Hicks and Miss Tammy are together, and Mrs. Holmes and Doreen. Hi. Mrs. Holmes and Doreen, I forgot all about you, are together teaching the 3rd and 4th graders who are the conquerors. Yes. Whew. And they have other people that listen to verses and check kids in. But boy, I tell you what, if you were ever interested in working with these kids Olympians, we could use you. That would be great. Well, we have a lot of stuff to get to tonight. So without further ado, we're going to do our awards. So let's start out with, where's my list? Here we go. Let's start with the 1st and 2nd grade teachers. Oh, that's me and you. Can you come up and pass out awards? So boys and girls, what did you have to do? Yeah. What did you have to do in order to earn these here awards? Charlotte, what did you have to do? Tell me one thing you had to do. You had to memorize verses. Do you know how many verses you had to memorize? 12. That's a lot of verses. That's as a 2nd grader, right? 3rd and 4th graders, how many verses did you have to memorize? Henry? 18? I can't memorize that many verses. All right, 5th and 6th graders, how many did you have to memorize? You don't know. 21? Wow. Okay, what else did you have to do to earn your award? Rosie? You got to do Christian service. What kind of Christian services did you guys do? Ron? Christian service projects. You did have to do your quiet times. Yes, we'll get to that. Sam? Ooh, that's a good Christian service project. What about you, Robbie? Raking leaves. We do that every year. Yes, Katie? Shoveling snow. Alex? Fold laundry? I think that's called a chore. Opening doors. Yeah, there's all kinds. Yes, Rosie? Clean. Yeah, so these guys have done a lot of work for these awards. What else? I heard you say something, Ron. What'd you have to do? Yeah, your quiet times. You got to do your quiet times. What else? Lucy? Book report. Yeah, book reports. What, Micah? Helping people, that's right, Christian service. So there's a lot of work that goes into getting these awards. These boys and girls haven't been slacking. It is a lot of work, and we're very proud of you guys. So now it's time to get your awards. All right, we're going to start with the 1st and 2nd graders. The first one I have on my list is Miss Katie Castingay. So Katie, I'm going to have you come up here. If you'd like to stand on the podium, you can. This is a great photo op. Okay? So get your medal. And here's your gold award. She has gotten her gold level. Let's give her a hand. And Katie, you can either go sit down with the class or you can go sit with your parents. Our next one is Miss Rosetta Christensen. Let's give her a hand. Good job, Rosetta. The next gold level earner tonight is Miss Charlotte Faubert. Way to go, Charlotte. Our next gold level earner is Miss Iris Faubert. Good job, Iris. Earning gold level is Jacob Johnston. Way to go, Jacob. Earning gold is Graham Madison. Yeah. Good job, Graham. We'll skip this one, I think. Oh, we'll do it anyway. All right. The next gold level earner is Alex Norton. Good job. The next gold level earner is Leela Salo. Good job, Leela. That's next. And last, but definitely not least, is our only gopher who joined us in our first and second grade class, and it was a great time, wasn't it, Micah? Come on up, Micah. He's won his, I don't even know what he called this. This is his like third level golfer award / gold. He's everything. Good job, Micah. You can go sit down. That's it. That's it for awards, guys. Good night. No. Oh, there's some more. All right. I guess if we can have the third and fourth grade leaders come up, or whoever represents you who wants to hand out awards. I don't care who comes up. Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. All right. We're just going to read these off in order. You can hand it. You stand right here and hand it. All right. Our next gold level winner is Landon Berkey. Come on up. You got to stand on the podium because it's fun. Good job, Landon. Our next gold level winner is Mason Berkey. Come on up, Mason. Our next gold level earner is Rebecca Castengay. Here you go, Rebecca. Our next gold earner is Rosie Faubert. Good job, Rosie. We have a bronze level winner. He's not here. Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. Carter Hicks won his bronze level award. Good job, Carter. If you watch this later on, good job. Our next gold level earner is Henry Hicks. And I suppose if Carter's not here, then Jackson's not here. But Jackson also won his bronze level. So good job, Jackson. Our next gold level is Josie Hicks. Way to go, Josie. Our next gold winner is Ron Johnston. Good job, Ron. Now, Cooper, how long have you been with us? Has it been more than this year? It was just this year. Were you here the whole year, or did you come in late? I can't remember. Time flies. I feel like you came in late. Does it make you feel uncomfortable that I'm talking to you right now? Cooper? Yeah? Does it? Yeah, okay. Well, earning gold tonight, these guys just started. The Knights did. And earning gold tonight is Cooper Knight. So that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I'm just saying, he hustled. All right. Our next gold winner is Jamie Norton. Come on up, Jamie. Careful. Good job, Jamie. The next gold earner is Justin Norton. Good job, Justin. All right, that's all I have for third and fourth graders. So next, I need the Farrells. There's the list. I'm going to give you these, and I'm going to read the names off the list. Hey, there we go. All right, 5th and 6th grade awards. Earning gold tonight, Robert Castingay. I only say that because that's what's on your award. I've only ever known you as Robbie. Good job, Robbie. Our next gold award goes to Brandon Christensen. Good job, Brandon. And Trinity's not here. Okay. Let's see here. We have the next award is a silver award going to Lucy Faubert. Come on up, Lucy. Okay. You don't have to. She is not going to stand up for her. Good job, Lucy. The next gold level winner is Colby Knight. Good job, Colby. Earning gold tonight is Eleanor Norton. Good job, Eleanor. We have another gold winner tonight. Do you think it's you, Sam? Is it you? Are you the one? It is. It's Sam Salo. Come on up. Good job, Sam. That is the last, almost the last. I have one more. Hold on. Oh, you're good. Is there one more on your list there? Let me see. Am I missing one? That one.
Oh, that's one.
You want to put that? You want to hand that one out? Thank you. All right, the one person in Olympians that makes the rest of us look bad as leaders. Earning gold tonight. Tammy Christensen, come on up. Not yet. Wait till she gets her award. Good job, Tammy. Yes. All right. It's about time for what you've all been waiting for. We're getting out the super soakers. No. This is an easy way to clean up the mess. What? What did I forget? Oh, I'll do that next. We're just prepping. Mrs. Farrell is keeping us on the straight and narrow. I appreciate that. All right. There we go. That looks good. Are these on my list? They are. They sure are. Here, Matt, you want to have? Oh, yeah. Just stay up here. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. All right. So, our next set of awards are for those boys and girls who memorized the Old and New Testament books of the Bible. That's a lot of words. Do you know how many words are in the entire Bible? Is that what you guys did? You memorized the whole Bible? Oh, they memorized the books of the Bible. I see. I thought you memorized the whole Old Testament and the whole New Testament. That would be really impressive. All right, so you memorized the books of the Old Testament and New Testament. Well, we have an award for you for that. So earning those awards are, I'm going to have you all come up here at once. Katie Castingay. Did you go all the way to the back? You know what? I didn't realize, Katie, that you had this one coming. That's why I told you to go to the back. So thank you for being a good sport. Landon Berkey. Mason Berkey. Rebecca Castingay. All the way in the back. I'm so sorry. After this, you can go back there again. Rosie Faubert and Robbie Castingay. Way to go on getting extra credit, guys. All right, now for the main event. So we have two people here tonight who are earning their Steadfast Award. Now, who in here has earned their Steadfast Award before? Raise your hand. There's a few Steadfast Award winners. Yeah. So, to earn your Steadfast Award, you have to earn gold in Olympians from first grade all the way through sixth grade. We have two students that have done that for all 6 years. That's pretty impressive. So that means they've learned all the verses, done all the quiet times, done the Christian services, done all the book reports, all of that, every single year. That's pretty impressive. Now with that award comes this really cool award right here. Fancy. this really cool trophy with your name engraved on it. And, least I forget, a free week at camp. Yeah, your parents like that. And a college scholarship. How much is that for? $1,000 scholarship. Way to go, guys. All from Word of Life. Wow, that is impressive. So this is a pretty big award. So here's what I would like to do. I'd like to invite, as we have a habit of doing, all the former Steadfast winners to come on up to help us celebrate. Could you do that? Don't be embarrassed. You get to throw stuff. It's fun. Come on up. Now we're going to have to vacuum that up. Way to go. There will be plenty of vacuuming when we're done. I hope you didn't plan on not washing your hair tonight. All right, now, I'll wait. You guys you get prepared, then we'll call them up. Aaron, you're not going to forget about what we got to do next, are you? I hope it works. I really do. I make no promises. Okay. So I would like to call up, we'll do ladies first. Yeah, you guys can spread out over here, around the sides. Earning her Steadfast Award, Eleanor Norton. Come on up. Right here. Here's your award, and here is your trophy. Nice. And I would like to call up Robert Castengay. Come on up. And here's your award, and here's your big trophy. You got a spot you're going to put that? All picked out? Perfect. Do you have a spot picked out for yours? For your trophy. Put it in your trophy case. All right, so, guys, we're going to do like a 3, 2, 1 countdown. Oh, I got to get some stuff here. I want to be involved in this. Here we go. We're going to do a 3, 2, 1, and congratulations. Everyone can clap, okay? I'm going to back way up over here. All right, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations! Wait for it. Hold on. Is it going to work? That is a real bummer. You know, we had some trumpet fanfare music that was supposed to play. Yeah, well. Just think of it in your heads. Isn't that neat? Isn't that nice music? Da, 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 da. Good job. Okay. Well, since that didn't work, that's the end of our program for tonight. We'd like to thank you all for coming. And good job to all our Gold Level and Steadfast Award winners. Nice. You are all dismissed. Thank you. Did I forget anything? I don't think so.